Here we are, folks. Dear friends, my name is Matt Durksen, one of the last remaining disciples of Lewis Apartments and alumni of Eliason Manor. And we are gathered here today on the eve of graduation to witness something truly special. When I look out at all the tired yet relieved faces of my fellow graduates, I see the blood, sweat, and tears of an incredible accomplishment that should not be taken lightly. What we have experienced here has in one way or another changed our lives forever. You may not even see the effects of that experience right away, or you may have felt it very powerfully throughout the past few years. For me, I felt the experience the moment I stepped foot on this campus. After the Lord took me through a long season of pain and grief, He changed my plans of pursuing culinary school and guided me to this precious institution in the middle of nowhere. But to talk about my personal experience, I feel it's only effective if I speak on behalf of you all, or at least brag on behalf of you all. As a fifth-year graduate, I have the wonderful yet awkward privilege of seeing most of my original grad class move on last year and witnessing the faithful remnant stick around for this year, but also to be a part of a much bigger grad class. All this to say is that the more time that I've been able to spend here, the more people I have had the honor to meet, to befriend, and to serve, the more I've seen and been able to be a part of the Lord's work. I admire each and every one of you. That's not an embellishment. Because of some amazing influential people in my life over the years, I've made it a goal to serve as much as I can wherever I go, even if it's a strange new environment that I came to on a whim. That, coupled with the spiritual gift of not being able to say no, I think Paul mentions it in the third letter to the Corinthians somewhere, means that I'd like to think I've been around the Briercrest block a few times, seen a few things, all which fuel this admiration. The Lord has blessed me with an incredible amount of opportunities to serve the student body, and through this, I've been able to see the exceptionally difficult and significant work that you all have done, not only in your classwork, but most importantly outside of it. Volunteering behind the scenes, working long hours during YQ, yet still having a huge smile on your face. Being phenomenal student leaders, learning from mistakes, and having the courage and humility to not give up. This year especially, I was also able to help out in the Den Cafe, where I put on the often overlooked piece of the armor of God set, the apron of hospitality, and thus received the honorary doctorate in counseling that obviously comes when one takes up the vocation of barista. You can find that in the back of Hebrews. Nice. Here I was able to interact with the students on a very different level. There was always an air of vulnerability and encouragement that came within the conversation, and I was able to hone my eyes and ears on the goings-on that took place in the rest of the room. People studying, helping each other with homework, playing games, having deep conversation. Perhaps this, at the very least, is a simple picture of the kingdom. No, you're crying. So what does this all mean? What does my testimony and the testimonies of the graduates here today mean? Well, I think that part of the Briercrest goal about equipping students and engaging the world comes to mind. We've been hit with a wealth of knowledge from people who are vastly overqualified to be here, and we thank you for that. But knowledge isn't the only goal. We are also well-equipped practically. What our testimonies bear is the fact that what Jesus said He is going to do is playing out in our lives right now. We are helping restore the world in Jesus' name. To paraphrase our up-and-coming theology professor next year, Joel Houston, Christ wouldn't have shed His blood for His bride if He didn't think the church was important. This is what I've witnessed. I've witnessed the student body serve the church and be the church. As our valued college chaplain Cody Matchett has reminded us time and time again, these beautiful words of Scott McKnight, love is a rugged commitment to be with and for someone. Over these last 5 years, I've seen that time and time again, and I'm unbelievably thankful to have invested into this institution, to have walked alongside all of you, and I am so extremely excited to see where God takes you in order that you continue to build His church. God bless you all.